Good evening, it's me. It's Monday. I'm back. I was ill last week and the week before that. Won't lie to you, we're friends. Couldn't be arsed. It was second or third day back and I had a pile of homework which was about the size of my face. It was for the next day. But today I'm making a video mainly because the lovely Dominic, I'm not going to do that every time I mention Dom. I probably am. Has set the topic, the theme, as music, which is quite exciting because music's something I like. It's never been something I was particularly gifted at. Pause to cough. Back. I played recorder for a bit when I was like 7, but that didn't go too well. I've never been able to read music. Stuff I own. I've got a ukulele, which it'll be horrendously out of tune. Yeah, which I can strum about on, but I mean I don't know what all the shenanigans up on the fretboard are. I've also got an acoustic guitar, which will also be horrendously out of tune, which I can't really play. Again, I can fiddle around on it. But I mean, it's lost on me, really. My main instrument of desire is this bad boy, which is a Tanglewood bass guitar, which is also out of tune. Actually, the bottom 2 strings are in tune, but the top aren't. And I've been playing bass for about 6 months, I'm going to guess at. I've only got a 3-watt amp. V made fun of me when I told her that my amp was only 3 watts, but I don't really need it to go any louder. I'm not in a band because there aren't really any people in my area who are interested in the kind of music that I am, who also actually have enough brain function to play a musical instrument. But I figured if I didn't start learning an instrument while I was a teenager, I probably never would. So it's nice to have this baby around. I might buy a better bass at some point, but this isn't... It produces a good sound and everything, but the strings, particularly the lower ones, have a horrible habit of rattling, and bits are coming loose. Like that knob there is just really wobbly and horrible. That's sort of the extent of my musicalness. I can't sing. I used to sing in choirs and stuff, but I would assume around the time my voice broke I'd stopped. Horribly out of tune. I can't hold a note. Sorry. On to the far more interesting topic of what kind of music I'm into. I always find this really difficult to explain to people, because if you say, oh, I like a bit of everything, they always go, oh, so you like R&B then? No, God no. I listen to a couple of things really. First and foremost is pop punk, which I'll play a bit of now. And I used to be really into metal, but that kind of bores me now. Sort of the repetitive riffs and everything don't do a lot for me, so I'm really into hardcore. I also really like, and I think this is like the scene kid slash nerd in me coming out. By the way, I'm wearing shorts today because I'm that cool. Yeah, so chiptune. And I also, back in the day, I went through a phase where I really liked dance music, and then I met a band called Enter Shikari, who kind of fused dance and hardcore, which is what kind of got me into the heavier side of things. But after I went off metal, before I sort of got into hardcore and pop punk, went through a really big like indie rock, obscure music phase. And this is one of my favourite bands of all time, actually. They're not hard at all, they're sort of really twee and poppy, but Los Campesinos.
I invented you, and I will destroy you. If you catch me with my hands in the till, I promise sugar I wasn't trying to steal. I'm just swimming in cobblers, smell and pretend like a robot.
Sort of an indie pop. I don't like a lot of indie pop. Like, if you're British, you'll have heard of the Wombats and the Hoosiers and stuff. They don't do anything for me, but nor particularly do the Arctic Monkeys. I mean, they're okay. The Killers, okay, but yeah. So I listen to quite a lot of stuff which isn't really genre thinkable. You could only sum it up as indie, like Death Cab for Cutie and the Postal Service and things like that. I really like, but I also like, you know, sort of pop rock stuff like Cute's What We Aim For and Paramore and things like that. But the music I played you earlier is what I sort of, if I sit down on the bus and turn my iPod on, that's really what I'll listen to. I've no idea how long this has been running for. It's Plectrum. Did you call it Plectrum guitar pick? I've always called them plectrums, but most people seem to call them guitar picks, mainly because it's probably easier to spell. But yeah, so that's me talked about music and briefly about why I've not been here for ages. I'll be back again next week, hopefully. Not going to do Song Monday this week. It was done beautifully last week, thank you very much, but this week I mean, I could cough to a tune if that would turn you on, but that was a bad choice of phrase. Other than that, see you tomorrow, Sophie.